What's good? You're back with your boy, Middle MAGA. Hope everybody's going to have a good weekend. Recording this on a Saturday. Why would I be talking about Elton John leaving Twitter? I don't really care specifically about Elton John, but I think there's something that I'm looking at, and I want to talk about virtue signaling. This is what this is signaling virtue. There's nothing wrong with signaling virtue. The name of my website is Middle MAGA. That's a virtue signal. I have the American flag with a heart on it. I have all this other different gear, and you brand your... all of that is virtue signaling. The real question is, what is the virtue that you are signaling? That's the real problem. I mean, if you are trying to evangelize a religion, you're a virtue signaler. It's just a matter of, do you believe in your religion and your cause? So there's nothing wrong with grifting or virtue signaling. I think grifting comes with the connotation that you don't believe it, but it's all there's all blurred lines here. But if you don't know, Elon Musk responded to Elton John's overdramatic departure from Twitter with a question I don't think Sir Elton can answer. This is via Louder with Crowder. This is basically exactly what I want to do with my website, but I don't have time to get the blogs together. I'm going to try and figure that out. But if you don't know, the latest person to virtue signal that they are leaving the platform of Twitter is Elton John. He says, all my life, I've tried to use music to bring people together, yet it saddens me to see how misinformation is now being used to divide our world. I decided to no longer use Twitter, given their recent change in policy, which will allow misinformation to flourish unchecked. As a part of that, he also said he didn't like how marginalized communities were being treated. So Elon Musk asks a question, which Elon knows Elton John will not engage and answer. He wants specifics. He says, I love your music. Hope you come back. Is there any misinformation in particular that you're concerned about? So if you're so concerned about this misinformation, you've got the guy with the highest amount of Twitter followers on the platform, I believe, active user at least, asking you the question. If you're so concerned, this is a good opportunity to reply. And we know that Elton John types won't reply to that because it gets into specifics. It's no longer virtue signaling, or you could say grifting. It's now, let's get into the details. They're very light on that. And when you look at the replies, you see that he gets destroyed by people in the replies. This is another article from Louder with Crowder, and this was before Elon responded. And what I found is Tom here said, this is a great quote, and I'm going to end after this one. Tom says, kids, trust me when I say, there was once a time when rock stars were rules-breaking badasses. They're not the rebels anymore. Elton John is virtue signaling because he feels like he has to. You don't go against the grain nowadays. You see what happens. It's not just a regular cancellation. You are ostracized. You look at even actors like James Wood. His whole career done, gone, blacklisted. Period. No more award shows. No more love. If Elton John even hinted at, well, maybe somebody like J.K. Rowling, even though I don't agree with her, she should be able to say what she wants to say, canceled, gone. So what's the virtue that you are really signaling, Elton? You're really signaling support of cancellation, because you can have your opinion and say, hey, I'm here to bring people together. My music is bipartisan, so I'm here. He could have made a statement saying, I'm staying on Twitter because my music is bipartisan. And I don't care if you believe this misinformation or that information. Let's get together and listen to Rocket Man. He could have said that. So what signal is he really virtue? And you see Mark Ruffalo saying that he's going to leave as well. People like Sav Says, Savannah Hernandez came back on Twitter. Carl Benjamin came back on Twitter after unconstitutional, in my opinion, bans. Well, at least Sav's is in the States. Unconstitutional bans. And the first thing that Sav Says came back was she said, I'm grateful. Paraphrasing, I'm grateful to Elon for bringing me back. She could have came back and said, y'all BB, y'all this. I should have never been. She could have came back and said that. So when you look at the side of the people who I support more, it's more morals, It's more based foundation if you compare Elton John to that. And if I were to leave YouTube and go straight to Rumble, I would have to do some type of virtue to let people know I'm leaving. Just like Mark Ruffalo said, I'm leaving, I'm going to Tumblr, or these people are going to Mastodon, or whatever they're going. I'm not familiar with these other platforms too much. You have to tell people you're leaving. I would tell people, hey, I'm leaving to Rumble for this reason. Maybe it's free speech, and that's factual. There's things you can talk about on Rumble without the same censorship you get on YouTube. So it wouldn't even be like an opinion there. It'd be like, hey, I'm going to Rumble for free speech. I'm not really thinking about this. It's just hypothetically, hey, I'm going to Rumble for free speech. But you know what? I'm grateful for I was able to meet all y'all on YouTube. Even though I have problems with YouTube, still grateful for the opportunity. Here's where I'm at, go holler at me. It's not gonna be about, oh, I'm worried about these marginalized communities or this or that. I'm gonna keep it real and still be grateful. That's the difference between one side and the other, and I think you know which side that I would which side I would ride with. Let me know which side you ride with. Visit middlemega.com. Got more videos coming. Got more, believe it or not. Some people are yayed out, but I think the Ye interview with Alex Jones and other stuff happening is very pertinent. So I'll be doing uncensored stuff on Rumble. Appreciate your support. Thanks a lot. Take care.